another question and answer, because if it wasn't obvious by now, I love talking about myself. However, I scripted it this time because I'm a responsible person. Hello everyone, I'm Solarsaber, and today I'll be answering your questions. For Q&As, I don't use character stills because that would take a bit too long to edit, but here's a little Venus peeking up at the screen instead. Anyway, time to get started. What Fursona species do you wish you saw more of in the furry fandom? Cows and bunnies are pretty uncommon, but I think they'd make pretty cool Fursonas. Even though they're technically scalies, reptiles are also uncommon, but quite interesting. Do you have a furry crush? If you mean a literal crush, no, but my favorite fursuiters are Rays and Pakari. Do you use any furlang? I do tend to use the mischievous cat face a lot, and I use owo and uwu, ironically. Do you like drawing? And do you have a favorite drawing? Yes, I love drawing, and this is my current favorite piece that I've done. What are some of your favorite artists, either in the furry fandom or just on YouTube? I love Honeybeast a lot because I love how vibrant and expressive her art is, and I also love J-Bon because her style is just so good. Her skill level is what I want to be at one day. Do you take fan art and art trades? I do take fan art, and the best way for me to see it is for you to tag me on Instagram, DeviantArt, or Twitter. I only do art trades for friends and mutuals, and even then I rarely open them. What furry art style do you prefer? A comic one, or an anime one, or realistic? None of the above. For fursuits, I always prefer toony style. For art, I also prefer toony style, but I've seen some realistic furry art that really blew me away. It was really good. Favorite music genre? I absolutely love New Jack Swing, lo-fi hip-hop, and most video game music. I'll listen to a lot of things except for country and most raps. Emphasis on most because there have been a few raps I've heard that truly went hard. What's your favorite social media? Twitter. I'm on Twitter literally all the time because I have no life, so you should follow me there if you'd like to hear more of my dumb rambles. What inspired your username? I'll go ahead and throw my Fursona name into this question as well. Venus has that name because Venus is the goddess of beauty and love, which I feel fits her pretty well, and I think outer space is cool. My username solarsaber originated because Venus is the second closest planet to the sun, and my Fursona is a saber-toothed tiger. I also like alliteration a lot. Do you have any specific backstory/character arc tied to your Fursona, and if so, what is it? This is kind of a long answer, but even though I normally don't make backstories for my characters. I just draw them because they look cute. The most story I have for Venus is that she has a sister-like relationship with my other Fursona, Aster. Venus keeps Aster under control because she tends to be hyperactive. I haven't decided how Venus should interact with my third Fursona, Archer. I may give them a rivalry because my three Fursonas are literally just different aspects of my personality fighting to be the most prevalent. Aster is childish and anxious, Archer is arrogant and sassy, and Venus is kind and sympathetic. And Venus is my main Fursona because she's the most like the actual me. How do I make my own style of drawing? Experiment, experiment, experiment. I went through tons of different styles before I got to the one I'm at now. You just need to try a lot of new things, and eventually you'll find a style that you enjoy. How much would you personally spend on a fursuit right now, and do you have any fursuit budgeting tips? Even though I cannot possibly afford a fursuit currently, I wouldn't pay over $3,000 for one. And I'm referring to a plantigrade full suit with that price. My budget could change in the future, but I doubt it. As for fursuit budgeting tips, just save up money like you would for anything else. Put aside a percentage of your paycheck or allowance constantly, and eventually you'll have enough. Remember that paying for your needs and bills is more important than a fursuit though. What is your favorite animation meme? I'm not in the animation meme community anymore, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but I do think the freaking out meme is pretty cool. Are you into any show, series, cartoon that has furry characters in it? I don't think OKKO is a furry show, but Enid's dad is a werewolf, so that's kind of furry. I thought it was a really funny show, and I'm kind of sad it ended so soon. She-Ra and the Princesses of Power is also really good, and Catra is definitely a furry. Lastly, Sonic X was one of my favorite shows as a kid, and every character on Sonic X is a furry. Most uncommon Fursona species. Also, what was your first opinion on furries before you became one? I already answered the first part, but before I learned about furries, I thought they were incredibly weird. And I think that sucks, because if you don't take the time to look into what a furry is, you're gonna think they're just bad. You're gonna think they're weird. What is your favorite video game? Do you like video games? Do you have any amiibo? And if you do, which one is your favorite? I can't choose just one video game, so here's a list. My favorite games are Pokemon Heart Gold, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, Golden Sun The Lost Age, the Rhythm Heaven series, and Splatoon 2. I don't have any amiibos, unfortunately. If you could make anyone a Fursona for them, who would that be and what animal? Probably my favorite singer in the entire world, Janelle Monáe. I feel like she'd make a really cool looking fox or a cougar. Opinions on Pokesonas. Pokesonas are incredibly cool, and I hope people continue to make them. What's your favorite comic? Bittersweet Candy Bolt, hands down, best furry comic. This comic is ongoing, and I've been reading it since I was 12, which was 2013. I have been reading this comic for 6 years, and I haven't grown tired of it because it's that good, and I'm so upset that there isn't more fan art of it. People just don't know it exists, and it's such a good comic. Please read it. Do you think you would ever stop being a furry? I don't think so. There are definitely times where I've been less involved in the fandom, but then I see some cute furry art or a cool fursuit and remember, oh yeah, I'm really into this fandom. You are going 80 kilometers per hour and your house is at 80 miles. I assume that means 80 miles away. How much time will you take to arrive? First, you need to convert the kilometers into miles. 80 kilometers is roughly 49.7 miles. Now we need to divide the 80 miles by the 49.7 miles, which is about 1.6. It would take you about 1.6 hours to get home. Also, screw you for making me do math. How's your home life like being LGBT? Well, I'm not LGBT, I'm just L. I know what you mean. It's not any different when you're closeted, but I know my parents wouldn't be happy if they knew. So, you like jazz? I know this is a meme, but I love jazz music a lot. Thanks for sending in your questions, everyone, and remember, shine bright!